What's up, YouTube? So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about Tony Pollard, running back out of Memphis. I mentioned in the Darrell Henderson video, I mentioned Tony Pollard a little bit, so now I'm going to talk about him a little bit more. This guy gives you a lot of value. Memphis put him out at wide receiver, running back, kick return, punt return. They put him all over the field, and it's not just slot at receiver. They move him into the outside as well. I even seen him line up at fullback a few times. Memphis just moved him all over the field. Um, he's actually a pretty decent blocker, actually. Uh, a really good blocker for a running back. He's not particularly big. He's about 6 foot, about 210 pounds, but he's a good blocker, which is something I definitely like to see. He's not afraid of the dirty work. He's not afraid of lining up, even against a defensive lineman. He's not afraid to block him, and you know, and it's not just in the passing game. Like I said, he's lined up at fullback. I've seen him line up at fullback and you know, lead and lead block for Darrell Henderson. He's actually quite good at it, but he's similar to what I mentioned with Paris Campbell. This guy is another utility player, meaning that you can put him in a lot of different spots. He's not particularly amazing at anything, but you can move him all over the field. Um, if you need a guy to return kicks, return punts, play wide receiver, play running back, play fullback, you know a team only gets so many roster spots. So having a guy that can play this many positions can definitely help you out. Gives you depth at multiple positions. Um, I see this guy as a yards after catch guy for sure. Just get the ball in his hands however you can. Pitches, screens, anything like that. And you can just hand it to him. He is a solid running back as well. Like I said, he's played every receiver spot. I've even seen him line up at a tight end a little bit here and there. They just moved him everywhere. Um, like I almost think he should maybe even consider playing wide receiver and just getting some snaps at running back, just because he's actually got better route running than some of the receivers in this class. It's insane. Um, I think he'd almost be a better slot receiver than he is a running back. Um, Personally, I'd like to see him play both. I'd like them to move him around, kind of like Tavon Austin a little bit in that way. Um, but this guy's a little bit bigger than Tavon. Not quite as fast though. Um, he definitely has some. He definitely does have a he definitely has a nasty streak. He will hit you. He'll definitely lay some wood on you for sure. And in his blocks, he can definitely get quite aggressive, which is something I like to see. You definitely see him finishing when he can. I mean, he is still a running back, so you can't expect him to finish, a defensive lineman. But I've seen him finish, safeties and linebackers pretty consistently, which is something I definitely like to see. Which is in a league that that they want fullbacks to play other positions as well. I think this guy would fit into that scheme very, very well. He also has some pretty good patience in the backfield, which is something you're really seeing more of now. He doesn't just explode on instinct. He waits until holes open up and he exploits them, which is something a little bit different from Darrell Henderson. Darrell Henderson is a more instinctual player, more traditional running back, but Tony Pollard is a little bit more patient. Um, I wouldn't necessarily want to start Tony Pollard at running back. I mean, he can for a couple games, but I wouldn't want him to be your starter. But if your starting running back gets hurt or something like that, gets suspended, anything like that, um, he can definitely start some games for you without having too many problems. But I'd rather have him as a utility player where I put him all over the offense. because he gives you a lot of value all over the place. Just get him the ball and let him be athletic. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comments down below. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.